We then get this house. This lady may as well be wearing a goddamn bear suit.
Before you get to her, as they're coming up the driveway, they're like talking about how there's no power going to the house and that no one's driven on the driveway in forever. Okay, so what the fuck do you hope to find? Why are you even bothering? Anyway.
This lady may as well be wearing a bear suit because of what she represents for the last half hour of this movie. She's sitting on her porch, enjoying her country time. Mark Wahlberg walks up, doesn't say a word. She's just sitting there, gives him the evil eye. More acting. Why you eyeing my lemon drink? I was parched? Is that a trick question? And then, out of nowhere, again, I don't think he even says a word in this scene. I suppose I should offer you supper. Okay.
Again, A to 11 billion.
Half of her lines are, I suppose I should feed you. I suppose I should let you stay the night. Jeez. Lady, tell him to go away.
Everybody else has.
What planet does this movie take place on? So they eat. Granted, no one thanks her for the meal.
Nope.
But she still acts super creepy for no reason. Very randomly decides to tell them about a secret comm tube running from the house to a shack outside, explaining that it was used to help hide from slave chasers or something. This is such a non sequitur.
I just love how Mark Wahlberg at this point just looks like he's completely checked out and is utterly done with this movie.
Yeah.
He hasn't said a word for at least 3 minutes of movie time despite being on screen the entire time.
But this explanation's so forced. It's like we have guests over and I randomly go, hey, let me tell you about my comic book collection in the attic.
Okay.
And then we get more stuff talking about, like, their relationship. Okay, these two characters, first of all, are not interesting enough for us to spend this much time worrying about their relationship. And secondly, their relationship doesn't have anything resembling a real problem.
Nope.
Seems to be he's a nitwit, but he seems to be generally an okay dude, and she's just weird.
In fact, the most tension that they've had has been caused by Julian.
Yeah, no actual cheating has happened, apparently. They're just eccentric.
I mean, if tiramisu counts as cheating, then Jigsaw would probably have killed off 97% of married couples.
Yeah. Then, of course, the lady's, I suppose I have to let you spend the night. No, you don't! Especially considering what she does later. This woman explains she is completely cut off from the outside world, so she doesn't even want to know what's happening outside.
So where's she getting her food from?
She grows all of her own food, including like everything's made from scratch. These cookies, all of it.
Then she must have been drinking country time because lemon trees don't grow there.
Her water is, I guess, drinkable.
Oof.
Yeah.
It's gotta be well water.
Yeah.
Does she have a Brita?
Also, by the way, this scene in the kitchen, artificial light.
Oh, yeah.
She's not doing like some kind of crank move to turn the light on. We then get this great scene. They're upstairs in the room. She's completely cut off from the outside world, but she has a guest room, by the way.
Right. Unrealistic real estate.
More awesome dialogue from Zoe. I'm scared. I don't like this woman. Does she just have this condition where she has to constantly state where she is currently?
She narrates everything in her life.
I'm standing. I'm sitting. I'm knitting a sweater.
I decided I should have some Cheerios.
I'm looking at a telescope. I'm playing foosball. I'm sailing a ship. I'm in a cage fight with Lyoto Machida. So then Mark peers out the door. Here's my greatest acting performance perhaps ever.
Yes, and the award for most infamous moment of this entire movie goes to...
She's standing there in her nightie. I hear you whispering. Planning on stealing something. No, ma'am, we're not. Planning on murdering me in my sleep. What? What? No. Then she walks away. End
What?
scene.
What? No.
It's at this point I realize maybe not everyone in this movie is actually just a horrible actor. Maybe everyone in this movie is just completely full of shit. Like,
what? In an M. Night Shyamalan movie?
Like, maybe Zoe isn't stupid. Maybe she's just a horrible, compulsive liar. Nothing else happens. He doesn't follow her and go, ma'am, can we talk? Are you okay? Like, no, we're not doing anything. Look, there's nothing up my sleeves. Like, nothing. Next morning. He just wakes up, peers around in some random room, which is clearly one of those, my 5 children all died in this bed and I have not touched a thing since kind of rooms.
Yeah.
Okay, when I'm in a stranger's house, and very often even in a non-stranger's house, I am terrified to touch anything. I just don't fuck with stuff that's not mine.
Yeah.
This guy's just walking around giving himself a tour.
Because you know you'll break something.
Yeah. I've been to your parents' house, 20 times?
At least.
I'm not gonna start walking in and just, opening doors and, hey, you got a Parcheesi game in this closet? No. Of course she finds him.
And I love how he was standing inside the room for a full 10 seconds and could clearly see that was a doll and not the lunatic old woman. Mm-hmm. And he's still asking if it's her. Did he think she got transformed into a doll?
Mark, what did I tell you about reading Night of the Living Dummy before you go to bed? You're here to steal my magic beans! Be gone, foul demon! Her acting performance is stellar. Then suddenly she walks outside and she's been struck by a smooth criminal.
You're insane, John. Wrong! I am not insane, however, everybody else, however, is insane in trying to steal my magic bag.
Okay, so...
and happening counts 7, 8, and 9.
She walks outside. Into her garden. Is immediately infected. One nomad in a garden, your population density argument is irrelevant. Her method of suicide is apparently to just keep ramming her head into windows over and over, which is a really shitty and ineffective way to kill yourself. I've gone through windows, trust me.
I mean, unless the broken glass cuts her jugular, she's just going to be badly wounded.
Yeah. It's not beat yourself up till you die. It's make beeline to most effective way to kill yourself. As far as this movie has told us. I'm sure there's some kind of rusted nail she could step on. I'm sure there's tetanus all over this place.
Yeah.
So Marcus runs away. Because I guess the implication here is that the plants are using her as a vessel to break the windows to let the wind blow in and attack Marky Mark?
I have no idea. I didn't even think anything about that.
I'm only saying this because I've seen this argument online. Which makes me want, okay, so is the plant trying to make people commit suicide, or is it possessing people to then help attack others?
Yes.
Okay. That checks out. Okay, cool.
Alright.